Moment of truth. Hey gang, when I first started filming today's video, I was still young and full of hope, and I thought, okay, I'll showcase the deck in a couple of games and things will work out. But then as the day went on, it turns out it was very, very hard for me to find Taric to show off the Taric side of the deck. So today's video is a bit longer than usual. Just wanted to give you a heads up. You can use time tags to navigate through the games, but now I'm going to start the actual video where you're going to hear me talking about the deck. You're going to hear an intro where I'm still full of hope, and I think that things will go nice and it won't take me a bajillion games. But in the end, I do get, I think, a good Taric game in there. So if you stick it out all the way to the end, you'll see the Taric game as well. And anyway, enjoy. For today's video, we're going to keep the pool party theme alive. Yesterday we did the Talia video, but naturally there's more than just Talia that got pool party skins. The last time we got the cosmic skins, I did videos showing off all of the new champions that got them, and so we're doing that again. Today we're going with the thirst traps, the two that seem to have caught everyone's eye as far as the new skins go. What I mean by that is Fiora and Taric. So this is going to be a Fiora Taric list, and I think there's actually some pretty cool interactions between the two. Sadly, the skins don't show up while we're here in the deck editor, but I promise you they're going to show up in the games. And we're going to go through the deck now. I'm going to talk about the inclusions. Just a reminder, if you want to jump straight to the games, I use time tags. If you like the deck and you want to change it, experiment, deck code and a link to Mobalytics, they'll both be in the video description. And if you're new, consider subscribing. But on to the deck. It starts with a pretty standard Demacian opener. This deck actually reminds me a lot in theory of like a Fiora Shen deck, but just with wackiness thrown in. So we've got Fleet Feather Tracker and Bright Steel Protector. This is to help us in the early game and get those value trades to buy us some time to get cool Taric combos off. Guiding Touch, this is here because it gives us a little bit of healing on the Nexus. It draws cards, but then also if you're in need of more cards, you can play it on like Taric, and then when you attack, you'll draw yet another card because it copies it. Sharp Sight, if you're playing Demacia, let's be honest, you're playing Sharp Sight. Same can be said with single combat. Fiora, because of the skin. 2 copies of Hush. This card is obviously very good in the Nasus Thresh matchup, but it's good in other matchups as well. We're running Mentor of the Stones because this is actually a great engine for leveling up your Taric because it counts as a support. And then when it dies, the gems are also spells that target your allies, and those are the requirements for leveling up Taric. If you're not familiar, he has to see you either target or support allies 7 or more times. So we're running this. It's also just really good with Fiora at times. And we're going to jump ahead and just say, yes, we're running Taric because of the skin, but also because of some wacky combos. So with that in mind, Golden Aegis is one of them. We're playing Fiora, so Aegis makes sense in a Fiora list anyway, but Aegis does some pretty cool stuff with Taric in that if you attack, you get your first attack. And then if you play Aegis on Taric, you're going to rally and then you're going to get to attack again. But then if Taric is supporting somebody, you're going to get another attack because it's a targeted spell. It targets Taric. And so then when Taric attacks and he locks it in, he copies that over to whoever he's supporting. And because you've already locked in your attack in order to trigger attack effects, you get another rally. So Aegis with Taric is actually kind of nutty. We're running Fangs for the lifesteal and the Celestial Toolbox. Concerted Strike, Screeching Dragon, just because it's big and it challenges, so it also works really well with Taric. 1 copy of Judgment, just for the sneaky fun of it. And then I'm going all in on Unyielding Spirit because I want the combo. So obviously if you play Spirit on Taric and then he supports something, you get Spirit on 2 units. Ideally, that would be Taric onto Fiora. I don't recommend running 3 copies, but for today's video, we're going to run 3 because I want to pull the combo off. So I'm sure we'll be able to do it once and it'll be a lot of fun. But I would say normally I don't think this is a 3 of in the list. Outside of that, you should know the drill. It's, like I said, pretty straightforward. I think it's very similar to Fiora Shen. And with that in mind, we're going to go play some games, search for the thirst traps, enjoy the beach, and we're going to do that now. Looks like we're going to have to fend off Azir Burn, which You know, theoretically, Fiora has a good matchup against certain aggro decks, but this is one that could just try to fervor our Fiora. But I do like keeping her, and I think I like keeping the Mentor. Since we're going to be attacking on evens anyway, that'll be the round where we can potentially give her some support. Oh, and look, we get some early options anyway. Now we could take this block, but because we have the protector, I think we'll just sacrifice the damage here, because that'll give us a greater choice of options.
My shield is yours.
We also could have just developed this and went long term here, but in this instance, I actually think that you do this, and then if they block with the Dune Keeper, because we're probably going to be blocking this with Fiora anyway, I think this is fine. The only way we get punished is if they block and then they do something like with a ballista or something here, but there's the Azir. So here's our Fiora. And so in this instance, instead, we can do something like this. Again, not worried about losing Fiora at the moment because of mana. We're just trying to fend things off. Now, I will also say that I think it's probably in our best interest to not worry too much about protecting this Fiora. And so I think a slow play of developing this first is better. And so this should level us up. Now they could fervor our Fiora, but there was nothing we could do to stop that anyway, and that's at least fervor on our Fiora and not to our face. So nope, they're just gonna send it to the face anyway, which is interesting because that still levels up our Fiora.
Too easy.
So either they have a lot of burn and they are just flat out trying to like triple decimate us for the rest of this game, or they are okay with living dangerously here. Kind of a shame with this judgment here. I think this is the play. This actually might be enough to stall them. And we get a surrender. No level up, but there's no new level animations anyway, so there's one game. Let's see if we can get some Taric in for the next game. Now we have to fend ourselves against Azir Aurelia. Well, we have the Fiora, we have the sharp side. I'd kind of love to keep the Fangs as well. I guess we can. I just also wanted like a 1 or a 2 drop, but and I wanted to find Taric. Like the whole point here is so that we can thirst trap our way up and we get a surrender. Okay, I guess we're going to game 3 and we're back to Azir burn, because why wouldn't we be? Because why wouldn't we be? Maybe we find Taric this time around. Instead we find the Hush, which is not great really in this matchup. 1 drop and an early Fiora both feel good, but you really want Taric. You can stick Fiora and Taric. Aegis becomes actually kind of outstanding for a round. Oh, now we really want a Taric.
Reporting in.
So they'll swing and we'll block because we don't have a protector. They have the spider and we have nothing. Sharp sight's a good pickup for keeping our Fiora alive. I think right now they're, yeah, gonna say, I think right now they're debating whether they want to open attack or not because they probably suspect I'm about to drop a Fiora. And they were right on that call. So the moment of truth then becomes, do we top deck a Taric? Because a Taric on 4 would then also allow us to Aegis on 5 when it's not around. Instead, we have a Judgment, which is not great.
For the honor of Shrine.
So they banked spell mana. That leads me to believe that they're going to be trying to fervor us. So if we can get that out of the way, then we have Guiding Touch available as a backup plan, but it also means we can't really Aegis this round like we would like. And instead we get the surrender. So in the quest to find Taric, we're still hunting. Ah, Nasus Thresh. Kind of surprised it took me so long to run into this on the ladder today. We're gonna keep the Hush for Nasus, but I honestly really want to throw it back because again, we are on the hunt to find Taric. Oh, sure, why not? Why not, Mulligan? Why not do that to me? I want a Taric. Okay, the whole point of this video is to showcase Fiora and Taric. And I think we've seen enough of Fiora. But apparently, the game does not agree with me. Sure. I mean, not sure. We're not happy about it, but there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, I guess we could have hushed there to prevent the 4-3, but we're just out here trying to play one of our Fioras, doing nothing else.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
Sure. I mean, this screams of them having a vile feast. But alas, not much we can do in that moment. Perhaps it's for the best. Perhaps that is what we need so that we can buy ourselves time to actually find Taric. Because Taric just does not exist. Now, we know they played Rite of Calling earlier, so if Thresh doesn't come flopping down now, it's pretty natural to put them on a Nasus. There's the Thresh. Single combat almost gets us there. This is bait. In case you're wondering, you're saying, Charmer, why would you do that? They have a Thresh over there. They're just going to challenge it. Well, the answer is bait. Because if they hit this, then our dragon gets to clean up that. Oh. Yeah, I think we just pass here.
You must know me, little one. You must.
This is quite the sizable board.
Fly from the first land.
You know what? We're gonna do it like this. If they had a Vile Feast again, like, okay, sure, they have a Vile Feast, but we'll do this to maybe protect our mentor, while also maybe protecting. So right now that's going up to a 3. If we block like this, it's up to a 4. And this is still fine because then with our counter attack, we're gonna get the buff to keep our dragon alive.
Celestial power.
And that's the important piece.
Breathe your last.
Now the downside is they do get to level this up, so future threshes are going to be a problem. But we still get rid of it. They might also have a black spear here. Rite of Calling, sure. This is a pretty big dragon. There's a Dune Keeper. Okay. I kind of want to heal myself and cycle this, but I also want to be able to keep this alive if needed. We're officially at the point in the game where we have enough mana for a Judgment and a Hush if necessary. And it's looking like it very well could be necessary. But we'll start with just the Judgment. Our 13-3 dragon is big enough. Still no Taric though. How many games do I have to play? Now we're up against Zed and Riven. I've played so many games. So, you know what? We're throwing it all back. So many games. We're at this point, we're just full on find Taric. I'm at the point where I almost want to go in and double check that he's even in the deck. Did I forget to put Taric in? I feel like I may have forgotten to put Taric in.
By my honor, you must die.
Really starting to feel like I may have forgotten to put Taric in.
Break the ties that bind.
That's a Riven.
Are superb. Bad for the teeth, though. Whee!
At 4 mana, they could have Homecoming. Oh, they're just going to do that, huh? Sharp Sight's not even enough to save us. Fair enough. Bravo. If they open attack, I think we just take it again. And if not, then we play a dragon.
Words of power linger in the air.
Depending on what they rolled here. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if they get the +2/+0, that might change my tune on our course of action. Because I feel like at this point, this feels better because I also just don't want to take too much damage. Oh, and they also run weapon hills here, huh? Okay. So they are doing a great job of just running me over. We're gonna do the dragon this round because we have the attack token with Fangs the following round. They're just gonna pass because they know that I essentially have to take this challenge. And still no Taric. I'm at the point now where, like, even if we win this game, I don't know if I'm going to include it in the video. Because I need Taric. What happens to Taric? Messenger. Not because it's the right choice, but because it's the one that maybe lets me draw Taric. We absolutely do not want this Zed to attack. So we're gonna do our best. Oh, okay. It's a great counterplay by them. Means we're gonna lose our mentor here, basically. Or not. Now I am not sure that it is worth it to lose the mentor. Takes us down to 3, but with the healing in hand, I think I'm okay with that. So think we still take the open attack. We'll dig a little deeper.
I hope that was not.
Take the heal now. Use this hush to block there. So this is actually looking like it could very well be a win where I just don't find Taric. Which is very sad. Because this is a big full board. Still no Taric. All right, well, you do this with this pull in here, and there's the surrender. All right. Don't know what to do. This is interesting. This looks like the Ruben Zoo pile deck. but with Aurelion Soul on top. Which is just all around bad, because that means Hush will be what happens when we pull off our combo. Like, I kept this Taric so that we could maybe pull the combo off, but it's just gonna get hushed.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules. What you doing over there?
Also, our start is just proving to not be very good. That's a goat.
You're covered. My shield is yours.
So I guess we'll do this. We also could have went with Mentor.
Honor guide me.
That's a goat.
Paint me and Snuffer playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I paint Sparkle twice.
Might as well get rid of one of these. I don't know, my brain's in a bit of a fog because the sheer number of games that I have played in an effort to find Taric and pull this combo off. I'm feeling it, gang. I'm absolutely feeling it, but we're gonna go ahead and do this. As we slowly but surely try to stall this out. They have another Zoe, no less.
Whichever way the paint drips, Zoe.
We're gonna play a dragon, which means they'll star chart to try to find an Equinox. It's just the natural order of things.
Riddle me something cool.
Doesn't look like they found it based on not snap playing it. So maybe there's hope. I don't know. Like I said, I'm worried about Hush with our combo. I've played so many games. I don't even know how many I'm gonna put in the video. I normally try to keep my videos pretty short, but I'm also really determined to get Taric
Each life
going into one of these videos. Fiora had her day in the sun, pun intended. I have 7. I just looked. I have 7 games saved that I get to choose from as I try to decide what to put in this video. No! I don't like this story one bit. Because this means you have a Mystic shot lined up, and I don't have a way to protect this Taric. Let's try this. I just wanted to bank enough spell mana that we could use Unyielding next round. They have so many goats. They're a literal goat farmer. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. So this was a snap pick, which means that's for sure going to be an Equinox, right?
Unyielding.
There's got to be like no way it's not. I think here you still try to get rid of the Dredger as opposed to the Fangs. But silences are what we're worried about. Hey, look, it's an Equinox. But at least Taric is so far still alive and kicking here. I think this is bait to try to get me to do this, so that the hush can come, if I had to guess. So there's the hush. And so we're just gonna go ahead and judgment then, because again, we don't want this to take damage and then get Mystic Shot. Now they could just have like double Mystic Shot here or something ridiculous, but it's gonna be Aftershock Mystic Shot. They've been trying so hard. No, just the one. Okay.
I long for a worthier opponent.
Priestess could be problematic because of Obliterate effects.
Radiant blessing.
To protect all.
On guard. Try me.
I think we want to do it this way.
Never submit. Unyielding.
And that's going to get us a level up on Taric.
Off the mountain.
We're trying to make Taric work. Maybe this is finally the game where we get to showcase Taric. I don't know, I'm a bit concerned by whatever it is they grabbed. But if it is an Obliterate effect, I feel like that still has to go on Taric here, so then we would keep Fiora maybe. Star Shaping Nightmare, they have 2 cards in hand, and so if one of those was the Supernova, we're gonna be having a really bad time. Back up Taric. I mean, that's what gotta be what this is, right? There's no other... Yeah, son of a... No other explanation, really.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though. Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
So we're just gonna play it all and go for an open attack.
Each life.
Hope that our
virtue.
bro Himbo can get in there. All right, so they're gonna beam one. You need to put at least 1 gem there so that it will copy.
Celestial power.
But this is enough to threaten lethal. Of course, they naturally have another Star Shaping, which will probably be another Obliterate effect, as we do our best So this is what they had gotten from the priestess. We finally solved that mystery.
Reality is just your mind
There's a
working in a way
Zoe.
it doesn't understand, silly.
The Zoe actually could be problematic. Ooh, that's nice.
Paradigm shift time.
I think sadly this is going to bite it. Unless we take like a concerted strike here. But I was waiting to see whatever it was that they played here, though that's likely gonna have spell shield, whatever it is. Because we still just don't know whatever that big card is. So I think we wait. And so that's the issue, right? Because now we could theoretically we could use concerted strike here. Oh, they don't have the mana though, because of star chart. And so I believe this is the only celestial they have. So we're gonna see if we can stop this. For some reason, I thought they still had mana left over so they could play this. But this will fizzle because they actually can't see a celestial now. Oh, and the Aegis likely seals it. They might have like healing plus a block here, but being able to Aegis would also close it out. So Taric finally did it. Oh, I played so many games. I was starting to get a little deflated there. I'm sure you could probably tell in my mood, but I've been up and down and through so many games, so many mulligans, but we finally did it. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you found the deck fun and cheeky. I actually think there is a legitimate reason to keep an eye on Taric Fiora, even if it's not the spirit combo that I was trying so hard to pull off. There is actually some merit with the two because of him providing tough and him copying spells. You could theoretically play it in a similar fashion to the way, say, Fiora Shen plays, but there's pros and cons to both. So you don't have access to deny, but you do have access to maybe something like spell shield. I don't know. I actually think I want to experiment more with the archetype now that I have played some games on it. But for today's video, I just wanted to show some Fiora. I wanted to show some Taric. We finally got that. And yeah, that's it for the video. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.